Ciso. Oh, it's fabulous! A strike to get you up off your seats.
Hello and welcome to Seagulls Social, Season 5, Episode 18. We do think. I did ask Maz off air, and he said, oh, don't say that because people will know we haven't uploaded. But it's Christmas, guys. We've been seeing our family.
Christmas.
Are we allowed to see family and friends?
But Ben, football is life, so...
You know what? It's true. Yeah, it's true. Jesus Christ, he has his Bible. Football is our religion. And we do follow it more than most religions anyway, I think.
But yeah,
I do
apologies for not uploading as much. But yeah, like Ben said...
Maz, I'm going to actually say I'm not going to apologise. I'm not apologising.
I'm not sorry.
They expect me to not be in the pub or seeing my family over Christmas, then they don't know who I am. They need to understand.
That is actually, Ben,
life comes first sometimes.
No, that is very true. That is very true. Family and friends come first. But no, Ben's not apologetic, but I'm apologetic. I am sorry for not uploading as regularly. But we're back. We are back, Ben.
We are back.
And you are drinking out of a water bottle, which, again, someone else told you off for as well.
What, for drinking out of a water bottle? Yeah. What's going on? Why am I getting good?
Someone commented on our YouTube video saying that me and you shouldn't be drinking out of water bottles because it's not very nice to see on the screen.
It's not nice to see us. Oh, right, I thought it was going to be like an environmental thing because I was going to say I'll
probably also
use the same one.
Yes, yeah, but also probably that as well. But it was mostly.
No, yeah, I don't want to just refilling it.
Swigging. Yeah,
it's tap water, guys. That just looks bougie because it's in a big bottle. Anyway, real football stuff. How was your Christmas, Maz? Because this is the first. How was your Christmas and stuff?
No, it was good, thanks, mate. Yeah, no, was in London for Christmas Day, and then I've been in Brighton ever since Boxing Day. Obviously, went and watched Brighton Brentford. That was good. Well, sorry, that wasn't good. That was not good.
I was going to say.
Don't know why I said that. It was one of the most frustrating games. And Ciso broke a record though, which was good.
Nice.
Probably not the record he wanted, but he broke one nonetheless. Was it
Will
most
he be
shots?
Guinness Book of World Records for 2025 with that, maybe? Be good
maybe. You know, you can add that to his Pushkas nomination, maybe. But yeah, no.
Knowing in Ciso, he probably will. He'll probably have it back on his wall. Any record, he's having it. He's taking it.
He's taking it into 2025. But no, yeah, it's been good, man. Yeah, been in Brighton. We saw each other out the other night. Went out, and man, it's good, man. It's good to be back in Brighton. Staying at my sister's at the moment, as you can see by the decor in the background. But yeah, Ben, how have you been, mate? How's your Christmas been? Has it been boozy?
Actually, you know what, Maz? I'm glad you said that because it hasn't. As Maz knows, I'm going to be trying to do this. I'm going to be doing the 75-day hard challenge. We will talk about football in a minute, but I'll quickly rattle through it. So you've got to do an hour workout. No, a 45-minute workout outside, 45-minute workout inside. Drink a gallon of water. Be on a diet. I can't remember what the other stuff is.
Read a book.
Read 10 pages of non-fiction every day as well. So I'm going to try to do that for 2.5 months. It's going to be tough.
I think the reading.
I will say I haven't been drinking too much. Pardon?
The reading part is going to be tough for you.
That'll be the toughest part for sure. It gives me something to do on the tube, so I'm not too worried about that. It's more just like trying to fit the workouts around life, but it's doable. But yeah, I genuinely haven't been drinking too much over the past week, which has been nice. I'm sober today. I'm not hungover.
You sound like a recovering addict.
I do. It's just weird. Whenever we record, I'm usually hungover, even if it's like a midweek one, which is terrible. But today I'm not, and it looks very 75 gloomy.
75 days from the 4th of January, you're not going to be.
I'm not going to be. Yeah, so you can hold me accountable to that, people.
Love that.
Yeah,
hopefully it won't be boring. You're going to have some strong appearances during January, Ben. You went missing. You went MIA for a bit, and then
Seagulls Social to the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon, baby.
But yeah, let's talk about football, shall we, Ben?
Yeah, 4 minutes in, probably should, I guess. I do want to say, it looks like we're filming this in the evening. This is the morning. This is how miserable England looks at the moment. I'm also down at my parents', and it's bloody miserable. The lighting's awful, but we'll make it work, Maz. Right. We'll make it work like Brighton managed to do yesterday, Maz. What are your overall thoughts on yesterday? Because personally, I'm pleased. If anyone's annoyed at that result, then give your head a wobble, because we go to Villa Park all the time, and we went there last season, got battered 6-1. So I'm taking a 2-2 draw 100%. We never win there. It's a cursed place. João Pedro was bleeding within inside 1 minute. I was like, this is Villa Park at its best. This is why I refuse to go from now on. And I did this year, didn't go because I hate it there. But we managed to get a draw, so I'm very, very happy with that.
Mate, 100%. Like, I was really weirdly, I was in the pub during the day yesterday before the game, and these lads, they were like,
I'm the alcoholic.
yeah. I'm the secret alcoholic.
On a Monday, yeah.
Yeah, you're jobless, mate, on a Monday afternoon. That guy, isn't it? But no, there was some guys in there. Shout out to them actually, because they actually recognised me from the pod. They're like, "Oh, you do Seagulls Social."
Oh, nice.
They started chatting to me about Brighton, which was sick. And then they were like, "Joe, I'm really confident." One of them was like, "I'm really confident. I think we're going to win 2-1." But I was a bit like, "I think we're going to lose 2-1 because of our record, how bad we've been at Villa Park in the past." So yeah, we met in the middle. He said 2-1, I said 2-1 loss, and we ended up being a draw. So yeah, going into it, I wasn't confident, Ben, but that especially the last 20 minutes of the second half and the first 20 minutes of the first half, it's filled me with loads of confidence. So yeah, going into the next game, I'm feeling so much more positive. And I saw some guy on Twitter, and again, there's a lot of people on Twitter that are just losing their heads, but they're like, I still don't get it. I don't see what Herzl is trying to do. Like, why should we believe in the project? Blah, 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 blah. Like, going off on one. And I was like, mate, after that game, how have you looked at that game and thought, this is bad, this is a panic stations, or Herzl are out? Like, it baffles me what some people watch. Like, I don't know what they're watching, because that was in part, that was a really confident, good performance, especially that second goal from us, the equaliser, was unreal. Like, if we can replicate
playing it out
that
from the back like that was beautiful. Yeah, it was a very,
the
very
touches, was it Van Hecke to Pedro? No, sorry, to Matoma. Matoma to Pedro.
No,
Pedro
it was Van Heck to Lamptey, and then Lamptey.
Oh, sorry, sorry, Lamptey started it. You're right. Sorry, yeah, Lamptey started it all the way to Matoma, Matoma to Pedro, Pedro to back to Lamptey, and that for me was like encapsulated what we can do at our best. Like, if we can just do that more,
yeah,
that
would
would
be
be
cool.
Yeah, that would be great. But no, honestly, I think in part I was really, really happy with what we did yesterday. Obviously, from like the 30th minute to the 40 to the half time, and then half time to about 60, it wasn't looking great. And obviously, they scored straight from after.
It was a shit Oreo, wasn't it? Nice on the outside, and then just shit in the middle.
Exactly. So
I do want to touch on, you mentioned Herzl out, and obviously if you are in the Brighton community online, you would have seen that some lads at the darts had a Herzl out sign, which obviously they maybe had a couple drinks, thought it was a laugh. They might have also been serious, which is disappointing, because then it looks like the wheels are falling off at Brighton. It looks bad on us if we are saying Herzl out, which also surprised me, because I've heard when you go to the darts and if you write something football related on your paper, it gets taken away.
Yeah, so I got done, didn't I? Well, not got done, but when I was there last, I tried to write. I can't actually remember what the message was, but the
Zerbi out.
Potter out. No, it was. I can't remember what it was now. What my message would be. Yeah, the security guard literally came up to me and was like, "Mate, you're not allowed to write that. You've got to redo it." So yeah, they are really strict on it. But of course, I mean, Herzl. Let's be real. Probably a lot of the staff don't even know what Herzl is. So.
I was just about to say, I reckon they have no idea what the name was, so they just thought, "Oh, that looks right."
They're like, he's fine. But
Herzl?
Going back to the fans, listen. First of all, everyone's allowed their own opinions. If that's genuinely what they think, fair play. Like that, everyone is entitled to their opinion. This is what we do. Our show is all about our opinions. Doesn't mean we're right. Doesn't make us wrong. Doesn't make us right. We are 90% right most of the time. But if that's what they think, fair enough. But me personally, I think it is bonkers to beat Herzl out at this stage of the season. I think is absolutely mental. We've spoken about it multiple times before in terms of why we think it's bonkers. But for a young manager, still working out his best team, his best formation, his best system, I think he's still got a lot to work out in that respect. He's not perfect by any means, but the signs are promising. I think we're 3 points off Europe. We're still well within like a European. I saw a lot of people saying that as well. They're like, "Oh, that's Europe done now after Villa." I'm like, "What are you talking about? We've still got so much to play for." Yeah. So many more big games to come. So, yeah, I think it's not doom and gloom at all. Of course, we're going through a bit of a sticky patch. It's not, form hasn't been great. But it's been encouraging, especially last game. It's encouraging. And I think that's what's giving me hope going into Arsenal.
Yeah, no, I agree. In 2024, I just saw this stat talking about Herzl in or out. So in 2024, someone's managed to put together the results from De Zerbi and the results from Herzl.
Yep.
Let me ask you now, who do you think has the better record in 2024?
It's going to be the way you've set this up. It's got to be Herzler, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It has, yeah. So they both played 19. Okay, this is from Bennett's Field. He could be absolutely having my pants down here because I only just saw this. So I didn't do any research. Right. Not like I do anyway. Pretending that I do research. So they both played 19, allegedly. Sorry, I'm going to be serious now. Allegedly. Both played 19. De Zerbi's won 4. Herzler's won 6. Herzler's drawn 9. De Zerbi's drawn 6. De Zerbi lost 9. Herzler's only lost 4. So Herzler's got a better record there. Obviously, the squads are completely different now, which is insane. The amount that's changed in this year has been incredible, good and bad in some aspects, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought, I guess if you had asked me that question, who would have the better record, I'd probably say Herzler does edge it. Not because I've just seen them now, but I do feel that way. Obviously, De Zerbi's tenure in 2024 ended pretty sour.
Do you know one thing I really want to talk about is the fact that
also that was just Premier League as well, I said.
Yeah. I've just verified. To be fair, he is right. I looked at the table, but one thing I want to mention is there was 2 occasions, both with De Zerbi and Graham Potter, where we had a spell of absolute woeful football where we weren't winning games. I think Potter's was 14 games. I want to say
that horrendous
14
games
games.
over winter, wasn't it?
14 games without a win. Then I think De Zerbi had a spell last season where back in the season we were having some terrible results and a terrible run of form. Yet people were like, oh, De Zerbi's the best thing since sliced bread. Of course, he got us European football, and he has, he will ever go down in history as being one of the best Brighton managers alongside Graham Potter. But I just want to emphasise, they both had really bad periods where the club stuck with them, and in the end they came through it and they came good. Obviously, De Zerbi he ended up leaving, but they both had tough periods where the club stuck with them, the fans stuck with them, and they came through it. And so why are we not doing that now? With Herzler, why are people jumping on his back saying, oh, he's not good enough, he's not cut out? Mate, the geezer's 31, and it's his first time in the Premier League. He's come from St. Pauli in the German second division. What, do you reckon he's just going to come and be the next Sir Alex Ferguson? Like, what do you expect? Like, what kind of expectations do people have of Herzler? Great, set the bar high. I'm all for it because I want us to do well. I want us to get into European football again. But chill out. Like, we're 19 games, 20 games into the season. Like, you need to relax. Like, we're doing all right. We're okay. It's not all doom and gloom. It's not, panic stations. No one's need to get sacked, But one thing I wanted to ask you as well, actually, his identity has been questioned in terms of his playing.
What, his actual age?
yeah.
So he's actually 45.
Check his passport. No, but I wanted to ask you about his player style, because a few people have said they don't see what he's trying to do at Brighton. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I can see what he's trying to do. It's just, I guess there's maybe a bit less of an identity compared to when we've been under Potter and De Zerbi. But maybe that is his identity. It's not just the same thing every single time, which we saw in the first goal. De Zerbi would usually, and Potter really, was always playing out the back. But with the first goal we scored against Villa, it was a ball over the top, which I like seeing. Because
100%.
You see most goals in the Premier League, most goals in football is usually a long ball. And it caught Ezri Konsa, was confused whether to run on for João Pedro. Adingra comes onto it and scores a brilliant goal. So, if anything, I prefer this style because the opposition doesn't. With Potter, the opposition knew we'd be trying to play out the back. They just knew that, so they knew how to deal with it. But you can catch defenses like we did with Konsa or off guard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I do like the way Herzler plays. Maybe some of his selections have been a bit strange recently. I'm a massive Ayari fan, but when Matt Ayari came on, I think the game changed a little bit, and hopefully Ayari will be more of a starter in the future. Which he's only just coming into it. I guess he's coming out from injury and stuff like that, but hopefully he will be a starter.
Talking about Ayari, and I did have I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of a head loss yesterday in certain parts of the game because I think it was frustrating how we went 1-0 up, then obviously went 2-1 down, and around that 2-1 period, I was messaging the boys in the group chat, and I just asked the question, I went, what does Ayari do? What does Ayari actually do? Because he's not sensational going forward, and he's not sensational defensively.
But he has been really good defensively.
Sorry, I just want to.
It's a confusing thing, yeah.
I do want to caveat. I'm not calling.
Well, he's had his moments in attack and in defence. So it's like, but then he doesn't do it consistently, obviously.
Yeah, and I think that's what frustrates me. Is like yesterday, there was times where, don't get me wrong, he was winning the ball. There was times where he looked really good and like quite, yeah, hello, Rufio. He was like, he was looking good and, defensively, he's quite aggressive. He's quite good at bringing the ball forward. But then there was times like, for example, there was one instance where he just chopped, I think, someone down when he just didn't need to. Then there was times where he was getting, basically just walked past and it was quite easy to take him on. It was just moments where I looked at him and I was like, what do you actually bring to the team? Not in a horrible way, but it's like, if you're not exceptional going forward and you're not exceptional defensively, what is your role in the team? And that's what sometimes my frustration is with him. And again, it's not to say he's a bad player, because I think, again, his ceiling's really high and I think over time he'll get better and better. I just think right now, is he the answer? Like, for example, you've got a bit more experience in O'Reilly. Why not start him and, let Ayari come on for the last 20 minutes? So, for example, how Moda came on yesterday, which, again, if I speak, I'm in big trouble because some of his passes
almost gave a goal away straight away.
He passed the ball straight to
Rodgers.
He done an eagle.
Yeah.
He done an eagle at Leicester. Like, what? Honestly,
when it happened, I was like, oh no, not like this.
Yeah, not like this, Moda. What are you doing, mate? But yeah, for example, instead of bringing Moda on, you bring Ayari on, who's much, in my opinion, much better at the moment than Moda, for example. And again, I'm not trying to shit on players because we don't really do that here. We don't do that.
We don't do that here.
But yeah, just there was questions raised sometimes with Ayari just because of his inconsistency. And then what's his role in the team? Is he meant to sit in front of the defence and be that protection, or does he give that extra bit going forward as well? So that's my question. But if anyone can answer it.
Giving him the benefit of the doubt, this is his first season in the top flight after having pretty average.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back at you. I'm just saying, he had a pretty average two loan spells in the Championship last year, and then suddenly is starting for one of the best teams in the Premier League. Well, at the beginning of the season we were anyway, and he was part of that for sure. And he was so
100%. And he has had some really good games. I just want to emphasise that. But sometimes I watch him and I think, what's going on?
But I just don't think it was expected for him to be playing this many games, to be fair. We've got Hinchwood's out, but I imagine Hinchwood probably would have started that. James Milner exists as well. He probably would have started like he did at the beginning of the season. Do you remember James Milner? He was great at the beginning of the season. He was so good at the beginning of the season. He was one of the best players in Herzler's system, which was crazy. And we are missing him. It's weird to say, we are missing him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever will come back at this rate. I think he's MIA now, isn't he? He's long gone. He's long gone. He's miles off it. But I think Ayari, he's doing a good job for what was expected of him in the beginning of the season, I think. Just we can't expect perfection from him. And he has given us some really, really good performances, especially away at Anfield against the Liverpool team that we're watching at the moment. To dominate Liverpool how he did was incredible. So there's definitely a play there. I don't think either of us are doubting that. So
no,
it will come. It will come. Yeah, just more game time, more experience.
But I think I would like to see maybe like an O'Reilly stuff. But do you know? Okay, one thing as well I want to talk about is the fact that his rotation, and which is good. Obviously, busy Christmas period. I'm all for it. It's great, especially Matoma. I liked Matoma starting yesterday.
Yeah, that was good.
And Adingra, great goal, and I thought he was the only one in the second half putting challenges in, running around, like actually proper going for it, trying to get back into the game when we're 2-1 down. And I thought it was quite harsh for him to come off, but Matoma did make an impact, which was good. So but what I wanted to say was rotation wise, it does frustrate me sometimes in terms of continuity. That's the only thing I want to talk about, is the fact that we're not having, for example, again, talking about the midfield too, we keep chopping and changing. Every game's a different partnership. I know Balaba's been the consistent one, but we need someone alongside him that's going to be that consistent person as well. And having that partnership build over time is only going to make us, like, do you remember back in the day, I say back in the day, Caicedo and McAllister, that pivot was unbelievable. And they were pretty much playing week in, week out together. And that's why we were so good. So I just want a bit of continuity in the sense of like, yes, rotation is good, but always chopping and changing, I think it is hurting us in terms of just getting that flow, getting that, togetherness, getting that consistency of the team. I think we do need to have a bit of continuity when it comes to that starting 11.
No, I agree. I know we touched on the goal a little bit, but do you have anything to say about it? Obviously, an unbelievable finish from Adingra, wasn't it?
Oh, fantastic. And I love the way he was really positive going forward and cutting inside. And I think it's such a big difference. We've said it all year about how effective he is from the left-hand side and how ineffective he is on the right. So to see him start on the left, I was really happy because I think, Matoma needed a break. And Adingra, arguably, and by the way, we got cooked for this. Do you remember we did a little segment about Matoma and his output and his, should he be contributing more in terms of goals and assists? And everyone was cooking us going, oh, he's more than that, blah, blah, blah. But now, a lot of the contingency of Brighton fans are now saying, oh, is Matoma, is his final product good enough? And we would get cooked at the time. And now people are saying it as well. So it's like, listen, we just speak facts over here. Do you know what I mean? What do you want us to do? But that's the big question mark, I think, with Matoma and Adingra. I would argue that Adingra's end product is better than Matoma's, but Matoma's build-up play is better than Adingra in terms of his general...
his overall play.
Matoma's touch, by the way, is outrageous. Like, I would go as far as saying it might be one of the best... It might be the best first touch in the Premier League. Name me better one.
No, yeah. I'm trying to think.
Name me a better touch in the Premier League than Matoma. His first touch is out of this one.
If anyone has one in the comments, let us know. But it's very good.
In the Brentford game, I was honestly watching in awe. Like, to see it in front of your eyes is outrageous. Just the way it literally stops dead. Like, he touches him and just drops.
And also with the outside of his foot, he can just kill it.
Oh, mate,
and sometimes he can knock it forward straight away and beat a man. It's just
his first touch is outrageous. But in terms of build-up play and going forward, Matoma, I think, is infinitely better in that sense. But I would argue his end product is worse than Adingra. So going back to your original point, great goal, great build-up play. Like you said, great ball from Dunk. And I thought it was really, really well played from Adingra to cut inside, and then a great finish as well. So, and it was. I think it was so good for us to go to Villa Park and get the first goal. I think that was so important because if we'd gone 1-0 down, I think it would have been tough. Maybe they could have gone 2-3, and then we would have been in a world of trouble. Because as we saw, that 6-1 defeat, it can all go wrong very quickly. But the fact we went 1-0 up, I think that was really, really key to the game. But then of course, we had our usual. As soon as we concede, confidence goes down.
Well, I think didn't Cesar have that chance before? I think Cesar had that chance before the pen. When he got the ball, it was a really, really good counter attack.
Oh, and Martinez made a good save,
and he just absolutely spanks it. And Gruder looked absolutely livid as well. Gruder was like, no, because he could have played him through.
But it was a great save from Martinez, to be fair.
It was a good save. It was a good strike. But he just loves a long shot, doesn't he? He loves a long shot. I knew as soon as he got it, I was like, he's going to shoot. He's going to shoot.
One of them's going to go in soon. It's going to go in.
Soon, yeah. He's still holding on to that City one, isn't he? I don't play FIFA, but I know you can do that thing where you charge up the long shot. I feel like that's what he does. He holds down L1 and R1 at the same time to get proper spank. You can just tell when he's about to hit it.
Ready to charge,
But it was a good strike. No,
it was good. It was good.
Maybe that's a bit selfish sometimes. You've got to think about the team more so than you just having your what long shot every single game. Because Gruder was making a good run through the defence and could have done something a little bit better. Luckily, Ciso can say, "Oh well, I got a corner out of it." Not like we do anything from corners anyway. Actually, no, it's a I think Van Heck actually just headed that one wide, so it would have been good. Would have put us 2-0 up, I believe. But then, classic, we give the ball away.
Two big decisions.
Not Veltman, sorry. Van Heck's passing has been a little bit off recently because we bigged him up so much about his passing, but. He gives the ball away a lot recently. I don't know if it's because of the midfield that he's giving it to a little bit different. If Ayari's not coming to similar positions as the others do, but he gave the ball away and then brings down Morgan Rogers in the box. So I got was that Rufio?
Yeah, he lost his head.
Oh, did he? So I had a little growl. I was like, oh, God. But Van Heck brings down Morgan Rogers, and I'm thinking, oh fucking hell, really? But I don't know if it was more of a pen than the second one, and we will talk about that. But I feel like he gets the ball a little bit.
I agree. And this is why I was a bit... At the time, I remember when it first happened, I was like, this is a joke. Like, why is this even being checked? But the more you see it, the more you can make a case for it. And like you said, it's more of a penalty than the second one, in my opinion. And the second one. But it was one of those ones where, he's won enough of the ball, but he has got him as well. So... It's one of those contentious ones, and I'm glad it wasn't given. But then, obviously, I feel like the referee then was like, "Oh well, I haven't given the first one. I might as well give the second one."
And it literally happens in the next phase. It's so frustrating.
The second one, what really pissed me off, was the fact that you see him on the screen. You see him on the screen checking that it was replayed genuinely about 5-6 times, probably more, 7-8 times, just looping. You could at least you showed it on the legal stream I was watching, and it was just looping, same image, and I'm thinking, how was this clear and obvious if you're having to check it 20 times? And I kid you not, it was a good minute just watching that, and then he checked the foul on Verbruggen after. So he checked both.
On Verbruggen.
Yeah, he was checking for a foul, and then he ended up giving it. So in my opinion, like we said, it probably was a penalty, but why is it taking you that long to make a decision? It's just ridiculous, and that's what annoyed me the most about it. It's like if it only has to be checked if it's clear and obvious. Like, it has to get rescinded, but...
Yeah, well, I don't understand why
then,
they follow that sometimes and they don't follow it. They need to just scrap this clear and obvious thing, because it frustrates fans more than... Yeah.
One thing, I don't know if you saw, they're introducing VAR in the stadium like announcements. Yeah.
Which is quite... Yeah, they're trying it in the Carabao Cup semi-finals, aren't they?
That's it.
So once they've gone to the screen, they'll say, oh... But I guess there's not really too much difference because you see it on the screen anyway, but at least you get to hear the referee say, oh, I'm awarding a penalty because João Pedro...
Because of this, yeah. As fans inside the stadium, I think it is good, because a lot of the time when you're in the stadium, you don't know what's going on. You're looking at it's good now. You got the screen which explains it after, which is good. But having that communication, having that communication from the ref in real time I think it is definitely useful.
No, it would be good, and then you'll just hear the referee getting even more pelters, which would be great for TV. Love that. But I was really frustrated. I guess justice kind of leveled itself out a little bit that they got.
You could argue one of them was a penalty, but which one? Who knows?
Yeah, but why do they not give the more obvious one? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Let us know below as well, also.
My big thing about the João Pedro one was he had his eyes on the ball and he was going for the ball.
And he pulled out a little bit as well, didn't he?
Yeah, at no point did he look at him and go, "Oh, I'm going to boot him." Do you know what I mean?
Rufio, if you are watching on YouTube, Rufio's scrambling on Maz's shoulder. Oh, he looks like he's growling. Rufio. Anyway, so then Ollie Watkins scores against Brighton for the 5,000th time. No surprise there. Ollie Watkins' goal, really frustrating. And then like you said, Maz, we kind of lose complete confidence after that goal.
I feel like it happens every time we concede. Our confidence just goes absolute rock bottom. I feel like as soon as we concede, they're like, "All right, lads, let's just." You know what's that meme? The chaser meme. It's like, all right, lads, just...
Oh, yeah. I'm done.
I'm
win.
done then. Yeah, you win. And it's like, why are we doing that every time we concede? But sometimes we have shown, don't get me wrong, at times this season, we have shown great fight and great grit to come back. But
like last night.
Yes, but there's times where it seems like when we concede, we're like, do you know what? Oh,
capitulate.
Who cares? Capitulate. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. It's a weird sort of mentality switch.
I do think... I'm so desperate for some defensive improvements in Jan. If we can just like fast track the Boscagli transfer, that would be unbelievable. Because the defense just really lets us down so many times. It's really, really annoying. Like, attack seems to be fine. Obviously, a little bit out of form at the moment, but defense, we're so desperate for another centre back. We're so 100%. Desperate. Boscagli would be good. So we're linked with Tomori as well from AC Milan, which would be unbelievable.
Yes,
if that does come through. Apparently, the guy's a bit hit and miss who did report it, so I'm not leaving it anytime soon. But Tomori was someone that I think we were interested in before he went to AC Milan, I believe. So to then get that deal done will be great. So there is some part of me that thinks it could be true. I mean, I don't think Tony Bloom would deny Tomori if he was available, because he would be such a great signing for us. He'd suit us brilliantly. I think Brighton would be a really good move for him back in the Premier League if he does then want to.
Especially if we get European football as well.
If we get European football, but I mean, I know I hate saying we're a stepping stone, but we are realistically. So I think coming to Brighton back in the Premier League would be a great stepping stone for him to then try and get his move back in a bigger team, a bigger club, a top 4 club who are playing Champions League football. Tomorrow would be great. So hopefully we do get a centre back over the line in January, because we desperately need one. Another full-back as well. I know Lamptey's been good recently, but another right back or left back, probably a left back.
Proving us wrong a little bit, hasn't he? A little bit, because we did slate him at times, and but I suppose
But we've never said that we want him gone. We've always said we want to keep him, because he does offer a lot.
I'll put my hand up. I have said I want him gone.
Okay. Well, I didn't, so I'm happy with that, because he does offer when he can play. When he's fit, he offers us a lot.
And that's the frustrating thing. Availability is the best ability, and a lot of our players don't have that. You look at Welbeck, you look at Milner, you look at Lallana when he was here. Lamptey's, a big stickler for that. So yeah, your best ability is your availability. So if he can be available for the rest of the season, that would be great. But his record isn't great.
Someone made I can't remember who it was. I must have been having an actual real life conversation with someone, or I saw a tweet. I can't remember which one. Someone was saying about how the players we sign usually do have dodgy injury records. Maybe that's why we're getting them on the cheap. And other teams don't always go for them because they're like, oh, his injury record's a little bit off-putting. A bit like João Pedro. So I think it was João Pedro was the example.
It was Jack. Jack who said that. Jack Albion on the last.
Oh, was it Jack Albion who said that?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Apparently, apparently that's like a thing because that's why. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Jack said it was a theory of his or a theory.
Oh, that was it. Yeah,
someone's fan, one of the other Brighton fans. That the reason why we do get these big deals is because we take a risk on basically them being not injured, which most of the time doesn't work out for us. So
yeah, that our poor medical team are probably absolutely up to their neck at the moment. As every season, really. But it's good to see Solly back, at least. Solly's back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie, in the Bournemouth game, not sort of Bournemouth game, sorry, Brentford game, his cameo wasn't the best, but again, the geezer has been out for 430?
Was it 14 months?
Yeah, crazy amount of time. So, I'm not expecting him to come in and be, as good as he was before he got injured, but he did give the ball, he tried to usher the ball out. I don't know if you remember, and then Sade just nicked it off him, and that was not a good moment for me because I was just like, you've just come on, mate, and you've basically given the ball away. But no, really good to see him back, of course, and hopefully with a bit more playing time under his belt. I know he didn't come on yesterday, but it'll be good to see him just getting extra 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and he's a great option to have at right back as well in case Lamptey does get injured. Left back as well, yeah. Veltman's not available. Estepina's not available. Estepina wasn't even in the squad yesterday, which I don't know if that's a worrying thing or if he just completely rested him. Hopefully it's not nothing to do. Because I feel like Estepina gets a bit of a hard stick, I feel like. Because don't get me wrong, there's times where you think, oh, come on, mate, what are you doing? But I'd say 70-80% of the time, he is pretty decent and he's a solid left back.
Yeah, 100%.
But he has got his moments, of course.
I saw he was linked with Spurs. Someone sent me a thing
really
with Spurs, in Jan. They want him in Jan, but
what, to cover Udogie or what?
I guess so, yeah. Just because defensively they're absolutely shot, aren't they? Because they're playing Archie Gray at centre back most games at the moment.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was.
I could see him going. I could see him going there like in a heartbeat.
Yes, very Spurs signing that.
Because
they never really get the top at the cream of the crop. They have to pick off all of the teams like Brighton.
Get the Basumas.
The Basumas and the Estupiñans of the world. But yeah, second half starts, Maz. Starts fantastically. Yes. Not for us, unfortunately, but for Villa.
Yeah. Good.
Ball comes in from the corner. Do you think
he's a player, by the way?
Do you think Barber Bruggen should be doing better in the corner? Someone in my group chat said that he should have caught it.
I've said this as well in my group chat. I feel like he looks really shaky from set pieces. Like he goes, his ability to grab the ball sometimes really worries me. Because I'm like, you're a big guy. Like he is a big guy.
I'm heavy. I'm a big.
Yeah, he's a big guy. How greedy. Could have left some for the rest of us, but he does worry me sometimes from set pieces, and like when he goes to go for the ball. Like there's one instance where he went and had to like punch, but he didn't look too convincing. It was sort of like a half punch, and you could argue he should have caught that. So Verbruggen has been very shaky in the last 5-6 games, and I think that's because the defense as a whole has been pretty shaky, which doesn't help. You want. I feel like as well, if your keeper's a bit shaky, then that stems through. And vice versa. If your defence is a bit shaky, it then feeds back to the goalkeeper. So, I feel like he hasn't had his best games recently. Hopefully, he can sort of rekindle that form he had at the back end of last season, before his injury. Well, during the Euros, he was brilliant. Like he was so good. I was so excited for him to come back. And obviously, he got his injury. He was fantastic. But I want him to come back stronger because he has looked a little bit shaky at times. And you could argue, but it was a great finish. Morgan Rogers, absolute player. I thought Watkins done really well against Van Hecker as well. I thought he gave him a lot of trouble. He was actually really physical and won a lot of his duels. I feel like it'll be interesting to see the duels won between Van Hecker and Watkins because I feel like just from watching it, Watkins had the better of him at times. But it'll be interesting to see what the actual stats of it was.
Yeah, Van Heck didn't look too comfortable. Even in the I swear, even in 15 minutes in. I think he gave the ball away because I think Lamptey. I think he was blaming Lamptey for giving him the ball in such an awkward position when Lamptey could have just passed it back to Verbruggen. And then Van Heck gave the ball away and they nearly scored from it. And the camera cuts to Van Heck and Van Heck screaming at Lamptey. And that was only like 10 minutes in. So I don't know whether it's just the frustration in himself that he gave the ball away or is he blaming Lamptey. But you can see that there is that like lack of confidence in your defenders around you. Because if you are Lewis Dunk and Van Heck and you're playing, I guess you're playing in 3, so you've got Igor next to you as well. But if your wing back,
I'm pretty sure Igor was playing like a left back though. It wasn't a back 3.
I thought it was a back 3. Oh, maybe it wasn't. But then you've got really. Lamptey and Adingra as like your wing backs. I thought that doesn't fill you too much confidence because they're not the most defensive wing backs, are they?
No, 100%.
So,
yeah, no,
they are left. They are left alone with an unbelievable attack that Villa do have. But yeah,
it was just frustrating how quickly they did it as well after half time because you're thinking, just get like I saw loads of people said, just get into half time. Get into half time, 1-1, like, you know, because we were on the ropes. That last 10 minutes of the first half, we were on the ropes. They were looking the much better side. They were looking they're about to score. So we got in at half time, like, great, this is great. You know, 1-0, let's go again, boys. And then as soon as we step out, it's 2-1. And it's just frustrating how, you can't concede that early in the second half because it just doesn't set you up for a good second half. I know that sounds like a Michael Owen quote, but yeah, you can't let that happen so quickly after half time.
What do you make of us at set pieces? Because corners that we're attacking, defending, I just never have any hope in either of them, to be honest. And obviously we got rid of Nick Stanley and we thought that was the best thing since signing João Pedro. But it hasn't really worked out too well in set pieces for us this season. I think I saw a match that I think we'd only scored like 1 or 2 from a corner, and maybe like the last 40 games or something like that. And something mental like that.
Like we mentioned earlier, like Verbruggen doesn't because he's flapping at times from corners, for example. It doesn't fill you with confidence that you're looking solid from a defensive perspective. And then going forward, mate, you got Dunkey, you've got Van Hecker. I'd argue Belaber's quite a good threat from in the air at times. I know he's not the most prominent in that sense, but basically we're not exactly. A massively small team. Yeah. We've got threats there.
João Pedro can win headers. Obviously, Hinshaw was brilliant. Like, for his size, he's so good in the air. Matoma scored headers.
Yeah. Like, there's players there, I feel like, that can be threat from set pieces, especially corners. But for some reason, we're not giving it. And, like, what was it? Ayari yesterday was on set pieces. He was on corners, sorry. Could you question the delivery? Could you question... is it, for example, you look at how good Arsenal are at set pieces, is it just they're not being coached properly in terms of, attacking set pieces? So, I actually don't know the answer to the question. But, it definitely needs to be improved, that's for sure. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. And then, Villa were pretty much dominating us for a little bit, but then we make a few subs. O'Reilly comes on.
Good subs.
I feel like that did change the game. Matoma came on and looked very, very good. A great player to bring off the bench, and obviously a great player to start usually, but I do agree that he should have been dropped. That was good. Minter came on, looked lively, and the game really changed. And
he kept slipping over though, Minter. It was doing my head in.
Oh god, that chance at the end when he slipped over.
Slipped. Yeah, and I was just like, but then he slipped over like literally 2-3 minutes later. I was like, mate, change. He's done a Kukurea, mate. I was just like, change. Throw your Pumas in the bin, mate, and just.
Yes,
mate, it was so frustrating, mate. It was so frustrating. But no, the subs definitely a big change, and it was great. It was really positive. I think he could have done the Ayari sub a little bit earlier because he was on a yellow. No, not from a playing perspective, just from a discipline, because he was putting in some challenges as well. Just from avoid from going down to 10 men, I think he could have done that earlier. But no, really good subs, really positive, and they definitely changed the game as well. They really helped.
And good news from. In terms of the yellow cards, because Van Heck and Dunk were one away.
It's been wiped.
King done a tweet, saying that it's been wiped now because it's the new year. So we've survived, and they'll be playing against Arsenal next, which is great.
Yeah,
that's really going to be a fun game at the Amex. But thank God they're both there, because if they both got yellow, which they easily could have done against Aston Villa, against Morgan Rogers and Watkins, because the fact Van Heck managed to avoid getting a yellow card whilst playing against Ollie Watkins closely, he done very well to not get a yellow card there. So thank you, Van Heck. Obviously then, we talked about the Lamptey goal, but Lamptey's probably got 2 of our goals of the month, Maz. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Which
Fair
one's
play.
better? The team
Fair
goal
play
was
to Lamptey.
unbelievable against Villa, but then obviously the individual brilliance against Leicester was phenomenal. It's a tough.
Yeah, I have to go Villa. I just feel like the build-up was unreal. Like that touch from Pedro, just to cushion it off, and the great strike from Lamptey. I think
To
it's got
wrong
be Villa.
foot Martinez as well.
And exactly against a goalkeeper, who's won best goalkeeper in the world award. And,
Still living off that World Cup, isn't
he? Yeah, but yeah, a fantastic goalkeeper. But the build-up play was unreal. Like I said, like Lamptey to start the move, then João Pedro's touch, and then his strike. I think it was just a great team move, and just encapsulates what we can do at our best. I think that showed how good we can be going forward when we want to be. Like the build-up play was unreal. The finish was brilliant. It was just a great team goal, and then the little celebration from Lamptey. Mate, honestly, I was so gassed. I was like,
and he ran to the away
punching the air.
fans. He ran to the away fans. Some players don't do that.
It was brilliant. It was just a really well worked goal. Really happy for Lamptey because I genuinely want the best for him. I want him to do really well. It's just his injuries have been frustrating, but I think he wants to play as much as he can, and hopefully his body lets him do that. Fingers crossed, because he's brilliant on his day.
We got a voice note from Jack at 12:15 last night.
Yeah.
I was meant to play this at the beginning, but I'll play it now. If you have made it this far, this is your reward because you get to listen to a drunk Jack Albion voice note, right? Yeah.
What time was it?
Oh, the fucking Albion. Anyway, Maz Ben, you better not be fucking negative because that was a fucking brilliant performance. Up the shagging Seagulls, up the fucking shagging Hersler, and up the shagging, way up the Albion. Anything to say? Seagulls.
Who the hell was that?
I think that was Tom Fitzpatrick
At
the end, yeah.
He
that's
sounded,
funny. Yeah, he was
But
absolutely battered. I think he was in
mate,
Popwell
and
until half free.
Do you know what? Jack's completely right, mate. I don't think any fan should be negative.
No.
Sorry, that's a lie. You can be discouraged because our recent run of form has been pretty poor. I think 2 losses and 4 draws in the last 6, I believe, or last 7. 5 draws, 2 losses.
A lot of draws.
Basically, we lost to Fulham, lost to Palace, and then we've had lots of draws since then. Which, yes, not great. We all know this. But the fact we're still, 11th in the league, 10th in the league, and we're only 3 points off Europe, it's not all doom and gloom, lads.
Yeah. It's very tight. That top half of the table is so tight. It's so tight. Which is also why we fell from 3rd to
so competitive
10th so quickly.
It's so competitive. Like this league, I just don't get what some people, they're like, what do you want from us? Like, do you want us to be Champions League? Do you want? Look, just because Nottingham Forest are second doesn't mean like that should be the level. Like people have these seasons, and fair play to Nottingham Forest, respect. Like they are doing incredible. Yeah, they are doing incredible, but they've spent a lot of money, and granted, so have we. But they've been building this project for a while now. Since they came in the Premier League, but similar to Wolves when they came up, they spent a lot of money and they got the rewards. They ended up going to Europe, but we had European football last season, and we could potentially get it next season. You never know. It's still very early, so everyone just relax.
But a word that Ryan and Owen used on Twitter, not Owen BHAFC, a different Owen, but they used the word envious. Watching Forest is so. It is. I am envious as well, because you're watching and thinking we could do that as well. That should be us.
100%,
it should be us.
100%.
Yeah, but it's not.
No, but that's okay. That's fine. I think our day will come. It's fine. We can all just relax.
Come again.
Yeah, exactly. We had European football. We came 6th. Really good result. What do you think? I hate to be this fan, but like, would you have thought 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that we ever would have finished 6th in the Premier League? No. So, and again, I'm not saying, okay, cool, we finished 6th once, let's not do it again. Of course, I want us to win the league, but you've got to be realistic sometimes. And look, Rufio wants us to win the league as well. Yeah. But you just got to be realistic sometimes. I think you've got to just have a bit of decorum and have a bit of foresight as to, just, right, 2 seconds. Yeah, you carry on, Ben.
All right, I'll quickly carry on. I was going to end it on a quick question. But I'll answer first if you're not ready. Well, I was going to say, we're obviously end of the year, 2024, been a great year for Brighton Hove Albion. Obviously, we've crashed out of Europe, unfortunately, but it has been overall a good year. Great summer transfer window. Signed a lot of players. Got a fantastic squad.
A lot of things to be positive about.
A lot of things to be positive about. Not a lot to be negative about. Only a couple of the negatives are pretty huge, unfortunately, defensively.
Defensively,
anyway,
Biggest
Point
question
is,
mark,
2025, Maz, what is that going to bring for Brighton? Where are we going to finish in the Premier League in 2025?
Do you know what? I'm going to be positive because we need some positivity. We're going to finish 7th. How about that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I was going to say
How about
7th
them
as well.
apples?
I think Fulham will fall away. I don't think Bournemouth will keep this up for too long. I think Forest are probably going to be solid enough, but
Yeah, I think Forest have secured European football. I know it's very early on, but I don't think they'll finish any lower than 7th.
As low as like 8th, 7th.
Yeah. I don't see them being any lower than that. So I feel like they've probably got like Conference League or Europa League. I feel like.
Yeah, I can't really see them falling off, to be honest. Villa will get better once they're out of the Champions League. That will happen, I think. The teams around us, I think some of them might start dropping off. I'm hoping as well. Obviously,
Yeah, fingers
massive
crossed.
hope. Because they could just really improve and we could get a lot worse again and finish in the bottom half of the table. But positivity, 2025, we'll finish 7th in the league.
And we said this, by the way, this is the mad thing about perspective. This is the mad thing, right? We all said in our predictions, we all said about 7th. I think Jack might have said 8th. Yeah, 8th. And the thing is now, just because, do you know what it was? Because Herzl started so well, he fucked it for himself, basically. Because he set the bar so high when he started. Everyone was like, the expectation's so high. Like, if only he'd done what he's doing now at the beginning of the season, and then, basically, if the form was reversed, everyone right now would be going, oh, Herzl is next, he's going to be the next big thing, he's going to be the next, Pep Guardiola, blah, blah, blah. But it's just because it's been reversed, people are so expectant of him, and no one's kept perspective. Because at the beginning of the season, we'd be happy to be where we are right now, probably. And obviously pushing for 7th or 6th. We'd be buzzing with that. So let's just remember that when we all go a bit doolally and start calling out Herzl gone and Bloom doesn't know what he's doing. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but that's my opinion.
But yeah, 2024, what a great year. Good year for Seagulls Social.
Massive thanks to everyone who's been listening, by the way. Everyone who's supported us, listened to us in 2024. Everyone who shows love to us in the streets, in the comment section.
In the club.
Big shout in the club. We are fam. We are actually all fam. Seagulls Social family. So big shout out to you lot. Honestly, your support means a lot to us and we really appreciate you guys supporting us because, sometimes, me and Ben, we run this podcast and we try and obviously bring Jack Albion in and all that kind of stuff. But we do everything ourselves and, we'll do all the editing, we'll do all the posting, all that kind of stuff.
Recent times.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. But, mate, big shout out to Ben. In the past, he pretty much did everything single-handedly as well. So, yeah, we do put a lot of effort into the podcast and we do appreciate all the support because it does make us sort of, buzzing to go out and talk about Brighton. And hopefully it's a nice, therapy session / listening session for people listening. So, yeah, drop your comments in the comment section if you're watching on YouTube. Tell us what we want us to see next year. Let us know if there's anything we can improve on. If there's any segments you want us to see do.
Any guests you want.
Yeah, any guests you want. Yeah, we'll try and... Look, obviously last couple of weeks it's been a bit... Well, we haven't been as on it because it's been Christmas. But hopefully in the new year and going forward, we're going to be hopefully trying to do more content and more stuff. And let us know what you want to see.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah,
cheers, boys and girls, for watching.
We'll see
Thanks
you in
for
2025.
2024. I hope you all had a great year and you have a great New Year's Eve as well. I hope you all get a kiss
And
again.
we'll see you after Arsenal.
Yes, we'll see you after Arsenal.
Bye.